Welcome to the shores of the Pacific Ocean and the great port city of Yokohama in Japan, as its team, the Yokohama F Marinos, meet the Pohang Steelers in the inaugural AFC Champions League Elite. It's matchday 5 of the league stage, and the Marinos are 4th in the table, the Pohang Steelers 10th. It may seem alarming, but look at the points difference, just one between them. All could change as we go into the second half of the league stage. Matchday 5 of 8 is about to begin. The problem is, these players play very well in this place. 9 consecutive home wins in continental competition for the Yokohama F Marinos, the runners-up in the previous edition of the Champions League in its old format before the relaunch of Asian football this year. One of the most famous clubs in all of Japan, a club with such a strong identity. They were the only ones allowed to play in the blue and white associated with the national team when the J-League was launched in the early 1990s. Unsurprisingly, just about every single team wanted to play in blue and white, so some restrictions had to be made. Yokohama was, back in the day, the only city that actually had 2 clubs in the J-League. The Marinos and the Flugels, they merged in the late 1990s to create today's Yokohama F Marinos. 5 times the champions of Japan, and they host the Pohang Steelers, who have won their last 4 matches against Japanese teams. So something has to give. Perhaps a less positive statistic for the Pohang Steelers is that they've only won 1 of their last 7 group or league stage games away from home in the AFC Champions League or the Champions League Elite. And there are some quite young players in the lineup for the visitors today, taking on a very attacking side. Of course, it's an attacking side. It's the Yokohama F Marinos, who under John Hutchinson's stewardship have scored 56 goals in 25 games. A team made famous once again, rising to the top of Japanese football by Ange Postecoglou, whose exciting and creative brand of football really found its identity in this place, a stadium that was full when the Marinos won the J-League in 2019, beating their great rivals FC Tokyo. Now they seek continental success and to secure a place in the round of 16 in the AFC Champions League Elite. 8 of the 12 teams in the East region will join their counterparts in the West after the league stage has been concluded. And what the visitors have done, that the home team are yet to experience, is lift the AFC Champions League trophy. The Pohang Steelers won it in 2009, and like the Marinos, they are 5 times domestic champions. So all of that suggests that we are in for quite a contest and for great entertainment. The Yokohama International Stadium opened in March of 1998. The stadium that hosted the World Cup final in 2002. The jointly held Japan and Republic of Korea World Cup. Yokohama F Marinos and AFC Pohang Steelers. What a stadium and what a sight. The AFC Champions League Elite. The new look to Asian football, but the same great entertainment. These are teams experienced in continental competition. On the left, the winners of the Champions League in 2009. On the right, the runners-up in the last edition of the old Champions League last season. The Marinos have won 9 consecutive matches in continental competition at home. The Pohang Steelers have won their last 4 matches against Japanese teams. Which of those 2 statistics will be enduring after the conclusion of this match? We will find out as the Yokohama F Marinos meet the Pohang Steelers at the Yokohama International Stadium. Match day number 5 in the East region and the league stage of the inaugural AFC Champions League Elite. So much attacking threat in the Marinos team and some quite young defenders in the Pohang Steelers ranks today. They're going to be under some pressure and they will be up for the challenge. The K-League season has concluded. The J-League is soon to finish. But the Champions League Elite has barely started. Captains Baek Sung-dong and Ken Matsubara leading their players down the line. Hiroki Ikura starts in goal for the Marinos, having missed only the first match of the campaign, the loss to Gwangju. Fullback Katsuya Nagato wears number 2 and makes only his 2nd continental appearance of the season. There's plenty of creative flair as ever with number 7 Elbert, a scorer of 5 goals in Asian club competitions. He's one of 4 Brazilians in the starting 11 today. Takuma Nishimura wears number 9 and will be a key figure in the attack. He scored a sensational goal against Gwangju on match day 1. In reserve for the Marinos, lots of experience, such as number 18 Kota Mizunuma, who's played 38 times in the Champions League. Abdul Rahman Al-Jassim is the referee, 37-year-old who refereed the 3rd place playoff at the World Cup in Qatar. He's also refereed the FIFA Club World Cup final. Hwang In-jae keeps goal for the visitors in just his 2nd match in the AFC Champions League Elite. There are 2 youngsters in the defence, number 34 Lee Gyu-baek and number 55 Choi Hyung-won. They will be under real pressure today. Overall, it's a young team with a few veterans scattered around. 18-year-old Kim Yong-jun gets his first start for the Steelers today. He wears number 89 and will play up front. And happy 34th birthday today to number 11 Jo Song-jun. On the bench, congratulations are in order for number 90 Kim Dong-min. It's the teenager's first time on the substitutes bench today. How to contend with that sort of attacking force? That's the challenge for Park Tae-ha's players. But they will also know, as many teams know, that the Marinos are vulnerable defensively because there is such a strong focus on goal scoring. Gwangju demonstrated that emphatically on the first match day, winning 7-3 in their continental debut against the runners-up from the previous edition. Hope then for the Pohang Steelers. The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed to the Yokohama International Stadium in Japan. As on the shores of the Pacific Ocean, the Yokohama F Marinos meet the Pohang Steelers from the Republic of Korea, the winners of the 2009 edition of the tournament. But this is a new look Champions League. It's the Champions League Elite. As things stand, the Marinos are 4th out of 12 teams and in line to qualify for the knockout stage. The Pohang Steelers are 10th out of 12, but there's only 1 point separating them. That's how close things are. 7 points for the Marinos, 6 for the Steelers after their first 4 fixtures. Marinos in possession with Takumi Kamijima. 11 is Brazilian Jan Mateus, one of 4 Brazilians in the team today. (27) taking the throw, the captain Ken Matsubara, who's been with the club since 2017. Early opportunity then from the corner kick for the Yokohama F Marinos. Short it goes. Jan Mateus, now Riku Yamane. Just jabbed away, but they've let Katsuya Nagato back into the game. Elbert, who scored twice against Gwangju on the opening match day. Anderson Lopez, wearing number 10, the Brazilian forward who has scored 29 this season. Played cleverly by Elbert to Takumi Nishimura, nearly danced his way through. Takumi Nishimura has good record against clubs from the Republic of Korea. His last 3 goals have all been against teams from that nation. Flick on by Elbert, but dealt with by Baek Sung-dong, the captain of the Pohang Steelers. Here he is. 34, young defender Lee Baek, 20-year-old who only played 6 times in the league. But his first season actually playing in K1 after being on the bench a few times last year. So a big campaign for him, really, and a big match this. High pressure game against a very attacking team. He and Choi Hyung-won, 2 very young players in the Pohang Steelers back line. Choi, wearing number 55, only featured 3 times in the league. Game number 26 in charge for John Hutchinson. 12 wins, 6 draws, 7 losses, 56 goals, 39 conceded. Park Tae-ha, who is 12 years older at 56 than his opposite manager today, took over last year, and a real Pohang Steelers legend as a player. About 200 appearances as a winger between 1991 and 2001. Oh, it did look a painful one, didn't it? Gosh. Nearly got thumped. Takumi Kamijima. 26 appearances in the league this season, all of them starts. A little more than last season, where he only started 8 games, played 21 times. Certainly becoming more and more high profile in the team. Eduardo, Brazilian central defender. He was dismissed against Gwangju not long after coming on in the first match. Now back on and looking okay is Kamijima. He finds Jan Mateus, joined the club from Palmeiras in 2022. Ryuta Koike is number 13. Katsuya Nagato trying to find Anderson Lopez. It will be hit from distance by Ryuta Koike. Would have been a surprise. His last goal was on the 25th of May 2022. Shimura misplaced and then one back as this high pressure start begins. As it so often begins games with the Yokohama F Marinos. They really are a team that likes to take control of the ball early on, push their opponents back. But if you can withstand that, then you might get them on the counter. Jan Mateus to Koike, and well defended by Igubek. That was good positioning from the 20-year-old. He looked like he was just onside there. Another corner kick for the Marinos, another one that's just about been dealt with. And that was the other young centre-back, Choi Hyung-won. Just finished 6th in K-League 1, the Pohang Steelers. That after finishing 2nd last season, their best result since winning the title in 2013. The throw for the Pohang Steelers, Ho Jong-won, joined the club this year from his first club, Busan Nai Park, after nearly 70 appearances in 4 years in the 2nd tier. So this has been his first season in the top flight, and he's played well. Mateus keeps it, gets it back from Anderson Lopez. Very nearly a lovely piece of football. Working hard to win the ball back quickly, the Marinos. Riku Yamane came up through the youth team, made his first team debut in March of 2022. they get forward here? This is Kim In-sung, 35-year-old, joined the club this season from Seoul, Iland. He is an AFC Champions League winner with Ulsan HD. Very young player up front for the Pohang Steelers, wearing 89. Kim Yong-jun, 18. It's his first season in the first team. All of his 3 appearances for the club have been this month. He's clearly someone that they have got a lot of faith in. And the evidence is clear that they're right to have a lot of faith in him. He's a super young player. A big moment when you get your first start in the Champions League Elite, and indeed in any competition. Jan Mateus, good save by Hwang In-jae. Was curling its way in, and it was a difficult one for Hwang because he had to strongly divert it sufficiently to avoid a rebound. Another Marinos corner kick. Kamijima forward, Tsubara as well, and of course Eduardo, who can be quite problematic to deal with when you're defending a corner kick. Very unhappy with Matsubara and lots of jostling for position as the Marinos seek to create a chance. Well headed away by Choi. So far the 2 young centre-backs have done well for the Pohang Steelers. They've had quite a lot to do. Eduardo, the vice-captain. Straight through the middle, Anderson Lopez was looking for the flick on. He's one of those players, Anderson Lopez, who can just do peculiar things that are dazzlingly effective. Has that most useful of qualities, which is the ability to be unpredictable. Kamijima, Elbert was well read. And a clear foul by Anderson Lopez, I mean, no doubt about that. But good work from Kim Dong-jin to sneak in and intercept that. We look back at this opportunity for Jan Mateus. It really was steered away well by Hwang In-jae. Because right there, waiting for it, would have been Elbert. Mistake by Nagato. Eduardo covers to deprive Kim In-sung in his 48th appearance in the Champions League in all of its forms. What an amazing accomplishment. And he's one away from his 10th goal in the competition. It's just his 8th appearance in all forms of the Champions League, Hwang In-jae. And surprisingly for Hiroki Ikura, who's in goal for the Marinos, just his 9th. 38-year-old with lots of experience, but not a huge amount of continental experience. Kim In-sung seeks to go past Nagato. Can't quite do it. Kamijima. Idea was a sound one, trying to find Takuma Nishimura. Scorer of 5 goals in AFC Continental competition. Well, he just came out from his goal there, Hiroki Ikura. He's barely touched the ball in the entire contest. And many of the Pohang Steelers players have also barely touched the ball. Hence the lack of pressure on Ikura. Jan Mateus. Again, cut out. With Anderson Lopez threatening to create something. Beck doing well once more. Eduardo played in both legs of the final. Jan Mateus ends up comfortably in the arms of Hwang. Few chances, but the danger is clear. Sensibly done by Matsubara. Oh Jong-won with the throw. Forward from the back, Beck. Choi Kyung-won, and ultimately we have to go all the way back to Hwang In-jae from a throw in quite a strong position. Oh Jung-won controls it well, now finds Baek Sung-dong. Kim In-sung. Possession, Jo Song-jun celebrating his 34th birthday today. Only 6 appearances in the league this season, 2 of them though this month. Not playing as much as he has historically played, over 250 appearances in all competitions for all of his clubs. Koike. Could be potentially tricky, but calmly done by the Marinos defence. Dong-jin. He's had a very good first season in the first team, the number 88 for the Pohang Steelers. 18 appearances, 6 of them starts. Scored his first goal for the club in the win at Gwangju on the 28th of May. And so far, the young players have been hard to break down. Jan Mateus. There's the overlap from Matsubara. Maybe gave him just a little space. Well, that was risky and needlessly so. Elbert, oh, well cut out. It was important from Yoon Suk-ju. Definitely a foul by Nishimura, but advantage played. And a very bold idea. That would have been something spectacular. Well, not the worst idea, but not the best execution. Nonetheless, nice to see that degree of boldness from a young player in such a big match. Kamijima well forward to Jan Mateus, who quickly plays it on to Koike, and another corner kick as Igubek once again defends, and defends well. Jan Mateus in swinging corner kick, and it's a challenging one that almost gets a touch at the far post. I think it was Elbert who got the first point of contact. Not quite the right angle for Nishimura to make the decisive second connection. Kim In-sung doing really well. What a challenge that was, though, from Nagato. Concedes a corner kick, but he very nearly saw Kim In-sung fly past him. Still got some pace on him, the 35-year-old. Rare chance, having defended so many corner kicks, for the centre-backs to come forward for the Pohang Steelers. Choi Hyung-won and Lee Gyu-baek now eyeing an attacking opportunity. And it is comfortably cleared by Matsubara. Back in from Oh Jung-won. Yoon Suk-ju forced to go back to Cho Sung-jun. Just beyond the halfway point of the first half. Oh dear, what's the goalkeeper doing? My word. Well, he had a bit of a wry chuckle to himself there, Hwang In-jae. I'm sure his manager was in hysterics too. Different kind of hysterics. No harm done, nothing to worry about. Unsurprisingly, he put a little more force on that pass. But this is something that the Marinos do. pressurise the defence. Calmly done and sensibly done by Ikura to Kamijima. Really, still that opportunity for Jan Mateus that was saved by Hwang In-jae, the best one. This might be coming in towards Jan Mateus. Kamijima. And it was set up by Nishimura for Ryuta Koike, another of the vice-captains at the club. Not a strong connection at all. He's had a rotten old time of things over the last year or so. Ryuta Koike, broken kneecap, missed all of the 2023 season. Koike, that's a clever ball. What super football from Ryuta Koike. Found Takuma Nishimura, who surprisingly didn't find the target. But this is a wonderful pass. And for a player like Nishimura, it's not a strong finish at all. Lovely vision, though, from Koike. Here he is again, Ryuta Koike. Jan Mateus. Nishimura. Now out wide, Koike's delivery. Still the Marinos control almost all of the ball. Koike on to Nishimura, and it might be put in now. It was Anderson Lopez, couldn't get a strong connection on the ball. He's down, and so is Elbert. Right idea from Koike and from Nishimura. And actually, Anderson Lopez and Elbert really collided with each other. Both went for it. We approach the half-hour mark. Still no score in this meeting between the Yokohama F Marinos and the Pohang Steelers in the AFC Champions League Elite East Region League stage. Just a point separating the teams, but 6 places. The Marinos in 4th. Koike. And then it's going to be Yamane. Another good stop from Hwang In-jae. Riku Yamane, who's only scored 1 goal in nearly 100 appearances. Really a fairly comfortable save for Hwang, but a secure piece of goalkeeping. Not for the first time in this match. Jefferson Lopez in an offside position. Probably didn't make things too easy for Hwang In-jae to see the ball clearly. Well, they've managed to absorb the pressure so far, the Pohang Steelers, albeit without much creativity from their perspective. .75% of the ball for the home team. And as I mentioned at the start of the match, 9 consecutive home wins in continental competition for the Marinos. Shimura, sufficient pressure to force another corner kick. They've defended the corner kicks well. Foul on Kim Dong-jin. Just 3 goals in the league this season, Nishimura, but 2 of them this month. 7 in all competitions this season, and that extraordinary one against Gwangju, the highlight. He also hit the bar shortly after doing that. Nearly had a couple in that remarkable 7-3 loss. Have just kept that in. Nope. I thought for a moment he had done, Ryuta Koike. He's had quite a good game so far. Been very involved. And John Hutchinson has so much experience in reserve that he can draw upon. Players on the bench like Kota Mizunuma, Jun Amano, Ryo Miyaichi, and some younger attackers like Asahi Naka. Experienced centre-back Shinosuke Hatanaka. Very impressive and deep squad. Quite a few youngsters on Park Tae-ha's substitutes bench today. Kim Dong-min making it to the bench for the first time. Lee Gyu-min, another 19-year-old. That was definitely a handball. No doubt about that. And it was all concluded with a touch of bonhomie from Abdul Rahman Al-Jassim, very experienced referee, being supported by Khamis Mohammed Al-Mahri, who is the head video referee. Sung Dong fouled by Riku Yamane. just not really been able to get any sort of attack going, the Pohang Steelers. Eduardo. Delbert trying to keep it in play and does so well, really well. Back to Nagato, to Nishimura, and then hooked away by Yoon Suk-ju. All came from the industry of Elbert to keep alive that attack. Nagato to Riku Yamane, and Ken Matsubara. Jan Mateus looked for both Elbert and Nishimura. Another Yokohama F Marinos corner kick. Katsuya Nagato is such a good deliverer of corner kicks. Demonstrated that in his last season at Vegalta Sendai. I think he had something like 10 assists in that final year. Kamijima to the captain Matsubara. Given straight back to the Marinos by Kim Myong-jun. Jan Mateus, that's an excellent effort. The goalkeeper, Hwang In-jae, had a difficult shot to deal with there. The way this bounces very much in front of him, that's an excellent save. Great goalkeeping from the 30-year-old. Sabara leaves it, and it very nearly goes in from Koike. Took everyone by surprise. Just curled away as he struck it. One suspects they'll be very relieved to make it to the halfway stage of the contest without a blemish on the scoreboard, the Pohang Steelers. Three really fine stops from Hwang In-jae. Koike to Anderson Lopez, straight at the goalkeeper. Well, that's the best chance he's had. Problem in the defence there. Both of the centre-backs allowing Anderson Lopez freedom. He couldn't get the angle right. But suddenly they're getting closer and closer to finding the back of the net, the home team. The last few minutes have looked a little more threatening. Sabara. A little bit messy. Into the last 5 or so minutes. One doesn't imagine there'll be a huge amount of additional time. 8 shots now for the Marinos, just the one for the Pohang Steelers. Still only a couple on target. That one turned round the post by Hwang In-jae. Well, we'll come back to that because he's got his team in trouble here. Anderson Lopez, they might put that in, they have done. Just as we were praising Hwang In-jae, he gives the ball away and the Yokohama F Marinos finally beat him. Jan Mateus with his 6th AFC Champions League goal and his 2nd in the AFC Champions League Elite. Anderson Lopez quickly finding his relatively unpressurised teammate. And that's a frustrating goal for the Pohang Steelers to concede because they were the architects of that chance themselves. One 0. Now, a tricky one here for Kamijima, but he's dealt with it really well. It looks as though Park Hyung-woo was offside anyway. This is only his 4th competitive appearance for the club. The 41st minute goal from Jan Mateus, the crucial moment of this first half. And yes, Park Hyung-woo a little ahead of the line. What a frustrating one. To have dealt with the pressure so effectively for almost all of the first half, and then to have given the Marinos the chance to score that opening goal. Certainly not the first time in the match that Hwang In-jae has been a little careless with the ball at his feet after he's been so strong on 3 occasions, actually making diving saves. What I was about to say before the goal was scored, by the way, is it looks as though that 3rd one was considered to be not on target. But he, of course, couldn't have known that. He had to tip it behind. Good ball that to Oh Jung-won, and Ikura was alert to it. And Mateus at the other end. Koike. Could potentially move up to 2nd place in the East region, the Marinos, with a win. Depends on the fate of Gwangju, who are currently 2nd on 9 points. Marinos, just to remind you, on 7. Koike. He's been very high profile in this first half. And we have 4 additional minutes to play. An interesting challenge now for Park Tae-ha with these quite young players, some of them not hugely experienced, to get his address right half-time to them to get their heads lifted. Because there's a lot they've done well. It's not an easy game for someone like Kim Yong-jun, who hasn't touched the ball a great deal in attack, hasn't had really a great deal of opportunity to be creative, to express himself. It's a nice idea. Elbert will pull it back for Nishimura, and it was just too difficult for him to take. Long ball forward, finding Elbert, and he had the right idea completely. Nishimura, a late arriver, and he just couldn't get himself well positioned to hit that. Jo Sung-jun, Kim In-sung. The longest for quite a while. The Pohang Steelers have just had the ball at feet without being hugely pressurised. Though that said, it all just suddenly got a little ragged. Kuda judged that well, didn't he? Foul on Jan Mateus. One more minute to go in the additional time at the end of the first half. Koike. Sabara. That's certainly a foul. Kyung-woo brought down by Eduardo, who's given a yellow card. Maybe right at the end of the first half, a chance coming here for the Pohang Steelers. They're going to get a corner kick. Can they stun the Marinos with an unlikely equalising goal with the last activity of the first half? Well, it was a chance. Not the easiest header to take on. It was Choi Hyung-won yet to score for the Pohang Steelers. We are at the half-time interval in this match, and in the 41st minute, Jan Mateus connected with Anderson Lopez's pass after Hwang In-jae, regrettably, despite having made 3 excellent saves in the first half, gave the ball away to the Marinos and gave them the chance to get the opening goal. At half-time, the Yokohama F Marinos 1, Pohang Steelers 0. Welcome back to the Yokohama International Stadium and match day 5 of the AFC Champions League Elite. Just the one goal in the first half, scored by Jan Matthäus in the 41st minute. And all of that after lots of pressure from the home team, lots of possession, some good chances, some excellent saves from Hwang In-jae in the Pohang Steelers goal. And yet the experienced goalkeeper will know that he has a great deal of culpability for the one that did eventually beat him. He gave the ball away and the Marinos punished him. An entertaining match. On then to the second half, and we'll discover what kind of riposte there'll be from the 2009 Champions League winners. Park Hyung-woo replaced by Kang Hyun-jae. 22-year-old coming on in the midfield, his second season in the first team. Just his third appearance in the Champions League Elite. Anderson Lopez playing his part, setting up Jan Matthäus. And maybe from the Pohang Steelers' point of view, a strange mixture of emotions, a sense of disappointment that they conceded right in the last few minutes before the half-time interval, but also a sense of surprise perhaps that it was only 1-0 at the break, considering how much possession, how many chances the Marinos had. They only managed to get a couple of shots on target. The start of the second half at the Yokohama International Stadium on Japan's island of Honshu, the main island in the Japanese archipelago. And the Yokohama F Marinos leading the Pohang Steelers by 1-0. Marinos in possession. And here's Anderson Lopez, who set up Jan Matthäus for the goal. Only one change made at half-time, and that is the removal of Park Hyung-woo, number 29, for the Pohang Steelers, for number 18, Kang Hyun-jae. One young player for another slightly older young player. 20-year-old replaced by a 22-year-old. And the first minute of the second half entirely representative of the first 45. Lots of possession for the team in blue. And their excellent fans watching on. They were both founded a year apart, these two clubs. The Marinos in 1972 as Nissan Motor FC. Pohang Steelers in 1973 as the Pohang Iron and Steel Company, or POSCO FC. Technically speaking, and it is an important distinction, the Marinos were founded in 1999 when the Yokohama Marinos and the Yokohama Flugels merged. The overall legacy of the Marinos is one of the longest serving team in the top flight of Japanese football since 1982, one of only two teams to have been in the top flight every year since it was created. Wang In-jae positioning the wall. Free kick from some distance here for the Yokohama F Marinos. Elbert, and that's harmless. He scored 30 goals in all competitions for the Marinos. Joined them from Bahia in 2021. Now they've got to be vigilant at the back, the Pohang Steelers. They don't encourage the Marinos to pluck the ball away from them in their own defensive third. Has happened not just for the goal, but on several other occasions in the first half. Really good play, this. Really good play. Can they get the pull back to Elbert? It's offside. And that's a shame, because it was a beautiful piece of football. Right decision, really good positioning from the assistant referee. Everything about that, though, was a treat. Jan Mateus starting it, finding Nishimura, finding Elbert. Lovely construction from the home team. Communication between Abdul Rahman Al Jassim and Khamis Mohammed Al Mari, and it was never likely to be a particularly long and complicated check, because it was fairly clearly offside. A lot of space here for Nishimura. Drives it against Choi. Worrying beginning, this, for Pohang Steelers to the second half. Not really getting near the ball. Yamane on to Elbert. Rare counter-attacking opportunity. Can they make something of it? Jong-won went all the way through, but couldn't deliver the ball. See him looking around for some viable options, and by the time one of them emerged, he was already muscled off the ball by Kamijima. Change made by the Pohang Steelers. Yoon Suk-ju has been taken off for Hwang Soong. Number 70, Hwang Soong, just 19. First time he's ever featured in the AFC Champions League in any form. So a very special occasion for the youngster. Operating just in front of the defence now. Ikura. Tsubara turning well. That's nicely done by the Steelers midfield. They haven't on many occasions got the upper hand of the Marinos in the centre of the pitch. Mostly they've had the ball plucked back from them quite quickly. And there has been virtually no pressure on Eduardo and Kamijima from a defensive point of view. They've been able to get forward, particularly Kamijima, quite a bit. Nagato has largely dealt with Kim In-sung. Tsubara to Anderson Lopez, who lets it run to Elbert, and Elbert's cross was dealt with. Good decision making that from Anderson Lopez. That's a nice idea. That long ball was spotted and then well defended by Nagato. But just a glimmer of a chance for the Pohang Steelers momentarily. Here is the gentleman celebrating his birthday, Jo Sung-jun, although not much to celebrate at the moment. Good-natured apology and receipt of the apology from Captain Baek Sung-dong. Very experienced against the Marinos, the Pohang Steelers captain. This is the 8th time that he's played against them. Started his professional career at Jubilo Iwata, then played for Sagan Tosu, then Vivara Nagasaki on loan. All of that in the much earlier stages of his career, a career that saw him win an Olympic bronze medal in 2012, as a couple of players went for that at the same time from Oh Jong-won's cross. Nagato. Koike. Yamane quickly on to Jan Mateus, who tries to get beyond Oh Jong-won. Jan Mateus, space to cross, good ball and well defended by Jo Sung-jun. Could see what he was aiming to do there, just sneak inside of Oh Jong-won. That was vital reading of the play from Jo, because Anderson Lopez surely would have put that in. Short by Jan Mateus. And it's another similar sort of delivery, this time a little overhit. Abdulrahman Al-Jassim urging Anderson Lopez to let his grievance go. When we look back at the opportunity that he had, you could see he was just having a little bit of a wrestle with Jo Song-jun, who considered an elbow to have been used, and that's what they were continuing to argue about. Handled very calmly by Abdulrahman Al-Jassim, and yet with a lot of authority. Good balance. Here's the substitute, Hwang Song, 19-year-old who's only played once in the league. He was a stoppage time substitute in a 3-1 loss to Kimcheon Sangmu, the Army club, on the 1st of June. Just restates that point that I was making earlier, that Park Tae-ha really has given opportunity to a lot of young players in this fixture. It's a pretty young and inexperienced starting 11. The bench also has pockets of experience on it, but quite a few young players. And interestingly, the first two substitutions have been two of the younger ones. Given away, Elbert. Anderson Lopez coming through, he's got space if they can find him, and they can't. Takuma Nishimura with a lot of power on that ball. And it's another Pohang Steelers concession of possession. Elbert to Nishimura, Anderson Lopez is bellowing for that ball. No wonder Nishimura looked skywards after that. Not happy with his delivery. I don't think Anderson Lopez was best pleased either. The last half an hour plus additional time. Still the only goal scored by Jan Mateus in the 41st minute. Didn't stay in. A mixed day for him, regrettably. Eduardo. Nagato, slightly heavy touch. And he's managed to get the corner kick. It looks as though a change is coming from the Pohang Steelers. Still no changes made by John Hutchinson. Oh, well, it looked as though a corner kick had been given initially. Quite as much possession for the Marinos as earlier on in the match, but still over 2/3. And yet again, he's not able to do anything with the ball. It looks as though a double change is coming. It's another young player, one of them, Lee Dong-hyop, who's preparing to come on. 21-year-old defender. Anderson Lopez gets it back and is blocked in a timely manner by Lee Gyu-baek. Elbert. to Koike, to Jan Mateus on the other side. Jan Mateus just about stays alive. Elbert will look to play it in and to get it back. He's very good at that sort of thing. Not on this occasion. He has played in the Copa Libertadores in South America. He's played and scored in the Copa Sudamericana as well. A couple of wonderful competitions in a very different part of the world. Copa Sudamericana won a few days ago by Racing Club in Argentina, beating Cruzeiro 3-1. Now, can they create a chance almost out of nowhere? Yes, but it was gone quickly by Baek Sung-dong. Just a simple long ball after maybe too much intricacy at the back. That one was the antithesis of it. Just thumped long and nearly led to something. He has scored a few goals this season. And that's his last contribution. Baek Sung-dong. And also Oh Jong-won coming off for number 22 Kim Gyu-hyung and number 23 Lee Dong-hyop. So Kim Gyu-hyung is the oldest of the substitutes to come on so far. He's 25, makes just his second appearance in the Champions League in any form. He was a late substitute against Shandong Taishan. Joined the club this season from Suwon FC. Only played 5 times in the league for them last year. And he was in Croatia for a few years before that at Dinamo Zagreb, but mostly out on loan. Elbert to Nagato. Koike skipped beyond Kim Myong-jun but couldn't get past Kim Dong-jin. Now a word on the other substitute, 23, Lee Dong-hyop. He's another young player, 21, it's his first season in the first team. And just his second competitive appearance for the club. He played the first hour of a 2-1 loss at Jeju on the 13th of July. And still no changes by John Hutchinson. And still just 1 goal in it, and it could change in an instant. No question that the Marinos are significantly more likely to get that next goal if it comes. Koike. Nagato. And then played with length towards Takuma Nishimura, and it was covered and held comfortably by Hwang In-jae. Are the Marinos going to get caught out? Will they find themselves regretting some of the missed opportunities, particularly some of those good positions that they found themselves in and the ball has been lacking? And it comes, and just about away it goes, but not with great conviction initially. Nishimura over the top for Anderson Lopez. Clever ball. Anderson Lopez will have to do this by himself, and he does, forcing the save, a comfortable save, but engineering the corner kick. Sound approach from Takuma Nishimura. And really, he had to do that by himself, Anderson Lopez, from a tight angle. He's going in search of his 11th goal in AFC competition. He got 6 in the last campaign. And Mateus' corner kick, Matsubara swings at it. Cho relieves the pressure and finds Kim Dong-jin. Nicely controlled. Again, Kim Dong-jin with a good ball. Might get a shooting opportunity here if they can just bring it down. Well, that was somewhat tricky, shall we say, the least. Not the sort of shooting position they were hoping to be in, but the ball just didn't drop. Shimura once again to Nagato, who's seen a lot of the ball at left back. Matsubara. 20 minutes plus additional time, there or thereabouts remaining. Victory here for the Marinos will really increase their prospects of making it through to the knockout stage, the round of 16. Coming into this, they were 4th out of 12 teams. The top 8 advance. And just to remind you, the Pohang Steelers 10th, but only 1 point below the Marinos. That's how condensed things are. And it's going to make for a fascinating final 3 match days. Don't forget that running alongside this is the first ever AFC Champions League 2. And that's proving to be a really enthralling competition as well. Neatly played by the Pohang Steelers. A lot to do here for Kim In-sung, who's now wearing the captain's armband after the departure of Baek Sung-dong. All the way forward from centre-back, Choi. There's Kim Dong-jin. Wang So-eung. just can't quite get it into a dangerous position. This might be it. Kim In-sung. And then it was just wasted really by Kim Dong-jin. His frustration, a little too much power on the ball. At the other end, Jan Mateus. He's kept it in. He's kept it in brilliantly. Can he find somebody? Well, he can, but not somebody with the same shirt colour. Nishimura was the best target. Wisely done by Igu Beck. He's intercepted quite a few in this match. They have, by and large, played very well, the two young central defenders, Ian Choi. When you consider the sort of attacking threat they've been up against and how little relief they've had during the game. Was calling for it there. Kim In-sung just didn't get played out to him quickly enough, but he has it now. The veteran winger. He spent virtually all of his career in the Republic of Korea, apart from a brief spell in Europe in 2012, where he actually was on the bench in the UEFA Champions League. Yellow card coming. Substitute Kang Hyun-jae. Very late challenge on Ryuta Koike.
Hold on.
He comes over to offer his apologies. Now, last changes coming for the Marinos. Jun Amano and Taiki Watanabe appear to be readying themselves for John Hutchinson's instructions. And also Asahi Uenaka. So we're going to get a triple change. First of all, it will be Elbert departing to be... Well, actually, that's a different change. It's going to be Yoon Min-ho coming on for Kim In-sung by the looks of things. And indeed, there is confirmation. So, 25-year-old Yoon Min-ho coming on in the attack. He scored twice in total for the club. Just his second appearance in the Champions League Elite. And now those three changes impending for the Yokohama F Marinos. And because of the injury to Ryuta Koike, it's taking a while to actually get the players on. So now we have a little confusion by the looks of things as to exactly who is coming on and who is coming off. So there we go, Ryuta Koike, replaced by Jun Amano, wearing number 20. Now we have Takumi Nishimura, who's replaced by Asahi Uenaka in the attack. Uenaka, who has scored 10 times this season, 7 of them in cup competitions, and Taiki Watanabe also coming on. And that is for Eduardo. Most experienced of them all in terms of Champions League competition is Jun Amano. This is his 25th time in the various forms of the Champions League. And he has actually played a lot in the Republic of Korea. Played for Ulsan HD in 2022, where he won the league. For Jumbo Hyundai Motors last year. Technically, his whole career has been spent at the Marinos, though, because he's had loan spells. Now, number 22, Kim Kyu-hyung, one of the substitutes, one of the young players. Although at 25, compared to some of those brought on, he's positively a grizzled veteran. First involvement for Taiki Watanabe. He played in the first leg of the final last year. 6-3 aggregate loss to Alain. Watanabe. Long ball. Cushioned down neatly for Jun Amano by Jan Mateus. Asahi Uenaka couldn't get on the end of it. He was so important, Asahi Uenaka, in the semi-final last season in the second leg. And he also scored in the first leg of the final. Well, that was another risky ball out of defence. They've just about got away with it. Well, no, they haven't. Elbert to Anderson Lopez. He's got a chance to play this out wide and to get it back. Anderson Lopez, he must finish it. He hasn't done. Nagato, the attack is still going. Again, the Pohang Steelers getting themselves into trouble. Jan Mateus. He gets it back. Oh, he's brought down, surely. Well, it seems not the case. It may well get looked at again. First of all, the opportunity for Anderson Lopez. Didn't make it too tricky for Hwang In-jae. Tried to flick it over him, but the goalkeeper was remaining upright. Actually, does he just tumble himself to ground? It looked as though there was contact at first. He's convinced, but it doesn't seem anyone else is. Meanwhile, Kim Dong-jin in a state of discomfort, but not one that looks to be hugely long-lasting. And that's the end of the discussion. A lot of the Marinos fans fuming about it. It was one of those ones that actually initially looked a lot more likely to have been a foul than the replay suggested. But it didn't seem, from scrutinising it a second time, there was a great deal of contact made. To the final stages of the match. Still just the one goal scored by Jan Mateus in the 41st minute. Elbert. Foul on Kim Dong-jin. Minutes plus additional time for the Pohang Steelers to get what would be an unlikely equalising goal. He still had virtually nothing to do, Hiroki Ikura. Goalkeeper who has made 11 appearances in the league this season, all of them from May onwards. Very much, it seems, after that first match day, the preferred Champions League Elite goalkeeper. He missed the Marinos title win in 2019 because he had just signed for Vissel Kobe, a hugely emotional departure from the club. An emotional return in 2023, having missed the other title win. And of course, Vissel Kobe then went on to win the league title just after he left. So he's drifted around from place to place, missing these title wins, but Jan Mateus didn't miss this opportunity. Anderson Lopez providing the key pass for the key moment of the match, and the key man departs along with Elbert. So the two Brazilians giving way. Comes Kenta Inoue, very much a local player from Kanagawa Prefecture, and Ryo Miyaichi wearing number 23. Miyaichi will play in a more advanced position, one imagines. Ikura, oh, that was messy. Well, having really looked very calm with ball at feet for the majority of this match, he got himself in a muddle right there. Without any great concern, ultimately, to the Marinos goal. It's happened on so many occasions when Pohang Steelers have had a throw close to the Marinos goal. I'm just looking at that, whether it struck his hand. I mean, it did strike his arm, but without him really being able to do anything about it. It was a totally unintentional collision of the ball. As I was saying, the number of times the Pohang Steelers have had a throw close to the Marinos goal, and they've ended up a matter of seconds later having to pass it back to their own goalkeeper. Well done, Uenaka. Finds Anderson Lopez. Anderson Lopez is looking for the chance to shoot. Again, he goes close. And he'll thank Asahi Uenaka for fighting so hard to keep that attack going. And it was quite close. It was very close. The player who scored 23 times in the league this season. He's been in spectacular form. You just never know. Pohang Steelers starting to commit more players forward to chase this game in the last moments. Are they going to do it? Or will it lead to a counter-attacking goal from the home team? Hwang Song has it. Goes back to the young central defender, Choi Hyung-won. He gives it away to Anderson Lopez. Support is coming. Another opportunity for Inoue, and they just about escape again, the Pohang Steelers. That was messy play from the defence. 7 additional minutes are now in progress. Complete misplacement of the ball here from Choi. Anderson Lopez going down under virtually no contact. I mean, that was rather extraordinary. And then the substitute Kento Inoue couldn't do anything with it. The game's starting to get a slightly stretched feel to it as the Steelers really try to push for an equalising goal for the first time with any great conviction. Did well to keep that in play, Lee Dong-hyuk. Foul by the experienced Junamano. There's a lot of space for Inoue, and they found him. Kento Inoue didn't get a great first touch, and the shot blocked by Hwang Song. You could see him sprinting through there, calling for the ball, the 26-year-old. By the time he managed to get into a shooting position, there was enough coverage. He has scored 3 times this season, 2 in the Emperor's Cup, Kento Inoue. Late corner kick for the Yokohama F Marinos. Goalkeeper pressurised, but his defence helping him out, and foul committed anyway. Well, there's absolute confusion here. Penalty kick has been awarded. He looks mystified. Let's have a look at it again. Well, it's a foul on Ken Matsubara, and it's the right decision too. Well spotted. Lee Dong-hyuk, who's been given a yellow card, wrestled Ken Matsubara to the ground. And now the Yokohama F Marinos have an opportunity to secure the 3 points. And that almost passed everyone by. Even the Marinos fans didn't see that decision coming. Didn't even notice it at first. But the replay is absolutely crystal clear. It's great refereeing. Anderson Lopez. His fantastic season continues. The 30-goal star Anderson Lopez makes it Yokohama F Marinos 2, Pohang Steelers 0, and the win surely is theirs. He took his time, he twitched, he danced, and he delivered. Calmness and confidence, that's what you get from Anderson Lopez. Penalty kick that came as such a shock to both teams, frankly, but was clearly correctly awarded by Abdulrahman Al Jassim. Oh, goodness me, right at the end of the game. We've got so much drama. Another one. It's Matsubara with a wild swing at the ball, connecting with Kang Hyun-jae. And that's no question. That is a foul. Painful one for the captain as well. But a penalty kick. Nonetheless, how extraordinary. Well, the Yokohama F Marinos fans were mystified and thrilled to discover they'd won a penalty, and they are mystified and disappointed to discover they've conceded one. And the argument being made by John Hutchinson and his coaching staff is that there was as much going the other direction as there was on or from Matsubara. But the judgment of Abdulrahman Al Jassim is that Matsubara was the player who was wild and connected with Kang Hyun-jae. And it looks as though Matsubara is not going to be able to continue, and the Yokohama F Marinos have used all of their substitutes. It all seemed like it was going to be a comfortable 1-0 win for the Marinos, and suddenly we've had consternation at the conclusion of the game. 2 penalty kicks, and the second one is going to be taken by an 18-year-old, by the youngest player on the pitch. And if he gets this, it will be his first goal for the club as a senior player. Kim Myong-jun from the penalty mark. And it's a really simple save for Hiroki Ikura, who read the young man's intentions. And the Pohang Steelers are not able to sneak their way back into the game. You feel for the young man because he's just come up against a veteran goalkeeper there. Ikura's got his eyes on him the whole time, knows what the plan is, and is not fooled by that attempt to go down the middle. Just left his leg there for it. Great goalkeeping. Not a fantastic penalty kick, of course, but one must feel sympathy for the teenager. Big responsibility to take a penalty kick in a match like this. And he will know, surely, that was the last opportunity to get back into the game gone. And we've gone well beyond the 7 additional minutes. Plenty of additional time required in additional time. Looks as though, despite the drama of the final few minutes, the Yokohama F Marinos are going to secure the win and will go further up the league table in the East region. And a very positive picture it is for the Japanese teams, with Vissel Kobe at the top, with Kawasaki Frontale up there as well. Joe dispossessed emphatically by substitute Miyaichi. Anderson Lopez, big sprint forward coming from Kento Inoue. Miyaichi. Is there a last chance to get it forward? No, there isn't. The Yokohama F Marinos really dominated the whole game. Jan Mateus scoring in the first half. Anderson Lopez scoring from the penalty mark in the second. There was an opportunity for the Pohang Steelers to get back into the game, but Hiroki Ikura saved a penalty kick from Kim Myong-jun. And all of that means that the Pohang Steelers stay outside of the qualification zone in the East region. They're not yet in the top 8 teams, but there is time for them to get back into it. 3 more matches to go, but this one finishes Yokohama F Marinos 2, Pohang Steelers 0.
ご来場の皆様へお知らせいたします。席の移動はおやめください。最前列への移動は大変危険な上に、周りのお客様のご迷惑となります。特にお子様連れのお客様は、お子様が移動しないようご注意ください。